We also had Mindtree coming out with its fourth quarter earnings. The numbers were pretty strong, but the stock is under pressure right now. It's down about 0.85% at 724 odd rupees per share. Their sales were came in at 1324 crore rupees versus 1214 crore on a sequential basis. Profit after tax came in at 156 crore rupees versus 150 crores, which is a growth of about 4%. We earlier spoke to the management at Mr. Rostow Ravanan, who is CEO at Mindtree, and when we asked him about the profit numbers particularly, the company had given a guidance, a profit warning sort of a thing in the month of March, and despite that there has been a strong performance, especially the bottom line. What really changed after that particular guidance? Let's listen into what he told us.
I think if you should see the question in two contexts. Firstly, FY16 and the quarter having great financial performance by Mindtree. For the full year, we delivered something like 22.5% growth. For the quarter, we delivered something like 6.1% growth. So it's been another year of very, very creditable financial performance by Mindtree. Coming to the mid-quarter update we had shared, it was seen in the context of the comment we made in January when we announced our Q3 results that Q4 on an organic basis will be a better growth than what we delivered in Q3. In Q3, we delivered a 3.4% growth, whereas if you look at the final numbers we announced yesterday, Q4 was a 3% growth. So it was more an update saying the comment we made in Q4, for the comment we made in Q3 for Q4 no longer holds, and it was an update in that context. It was not to indicate anything else. So in that context, I think the update we made was factually correct.
Right. So what about now FY17? Are we likely to see a 15% plus growth going forward?
Absolutely. So there's a great confidence in the FY17 will be a similar sort of growth trajectory that we have seen in the last 3 or 4 years.
Right. While we have seen growth coming back into the fourth quarter, margins have declined. Could you tell us why?
It was a combination of two things. I think the organic Mindtree business was reasonably strong, and we also got the benefit of about 60 basis points on currency for the organic Mindtree business. Part of the reason for muted margin performance was because of the acquisition of Magnet 360 during the quarter, which operates at a lower margin profile compared to Mindtree. And also for the acquired entities, there were specific costs that we had to book for earnouts as well as incentive payments for employees, which from an accounting perspective accelerates some of the costs to be booked, though the payments are in the future. So that was the reason for muted margin profile at a consolidated basis in Q4.
Was there some sort of a pressure as far as pricing is concerned that impacted the margins as well?
Not at the moment. We had like a very strong gross additions during the quarter. Even for next year, we are committing to something like 1,400 campus graduates being hired during the year, as well as lateral additions based on business needs. At the moment, we are quite confident on the talent pipeline.
Right. Let's also now talk about various segments. How was the performance in financial services and retail?
Yes, the financial services business declined by something like 4.5% in the quarter. The retail CPG manufacturing vertical declined by something like 2.5% in this quarter. So both those segments saw some client-specific challenges in a few customers.
How about the TCV deal signing? How was the performance on that front in the fourth quarter?
Very strong performance in the quarter. We signed something like 260 million worth of projects in the quarter, of which about 85 million was in the digital area. So in the priority areas, in the focus areas for Mindtree, we continue to execute well. Even the pipeline for FY17 is starting off on a good note, both in terms of the kind of opportunities, size of opportunities, I think are on a very, very good trajectory. For example, if you take digital, the size of the average opportunities today is at least 50% higher than what we saw 1 year back. So both from a quantitative and a qualitative perspective, I think we are very confident on the pipeline for FY17. Only challenge is we are seeing some delays in decision making, which therefore could lead to uneven quarters for the full year, though the full year is likely to be a strong year for Mindtree.
And the total deals that you've signed in Q4, is it the highest in the fourth quarter ever that you've seen?
Yes, so like I said, we had one of the best quarters for contract wins, 260 million worth of orders signed in quarter 4.
Can you elaborate a little bit as far as your top client Matrix is concerned, because that's looking pretty good in the fourth quarter?
Our largest client continues to be a market leader in their own segment and sees Mindtree as a transformational partner for their key technology initiatives, and therefore we are continuing to sort of deepen our relationship with our largest client. Even if you look at other clients, for example, if you look at our top 11 to top 30 clients, grew faster than Mindtree. So the lessons we learned over the last 2 or 3 years by going deeper within our top 10 clients now are being cascaded to the next set of clients as well, so that we have minimized the client concentration risks.
Right. Talking about the employee addition, we saw that was lower, utilization was lower as well. Do we have enough levers for growth going forward?
Yes, part of the profit improvement initiatives for next year will be to improve operational efficiency. That includes improvement in utilization.
All right, so that was the management of Mindtree talking to us about their fourth quarter numbers and, of course, the focus going forward. The stock is down about close to 1% as we speak right now.